So something happened 3,334 years ago, maybe 35, and we're going to celebrate it. So the first question that needs to be addressed is why? Why do we keep going back to something that happened 3,335 years ago? We were slaves, we gained our freedom, we haven't been slaves since. How many times can you celebrate that? 3,300 times? All right, all right. It's nice to be free, but come on, get over it. What is it about Pesach that is so timeless? How is it still relevant 3,000 years later? How is that possible? Well, first of all, we're talking about a mitzvah. God gave us a commandment to eat matzah and not eat any leavened product for the week of Passover. And if God says, well, yes, it can last forever, God is infinite. So the first answer is this is an eternal instruction because it's coming from the eternal God. That's not an explanation, that's just a fact. What is the explanation? What is it that we are supposed to experience every time we observe this holiday that doesn't get old? How much can be said about the benefits or the pleasures of freedom? It's good to be free. It's important to be free. It's nice to be free. Okay. It's not that profound. What is profound is how the slavery ended. We're not celebrating the fact that we are free from back-breaking labor. We got over that in a year. 1 year. What we can't get over is that God came to Egypt to take us out of Egypt. As a people, we were not in good shape. 210 years in Egypt, almost 100 years of that time enslaved, we were not in good shape. We were broken, we were discouraged, we were confused, and we were assimilated. There was an argument made when God decided to take the Jews out of Egypt. Even the angels said, why? In what way are they better than the other Egyptians? They're worshiping idols just like the Egyptians worship idols. So why take the Jews out of Egypt? It's not that we were loyal to God. It's not that we were being exceptionally moral, holy, different. No, we were a very abused people. There's nothing special about that. In simple words, we didn't do anything to get God's attention. Oh, we cried, we groaned and moaned, but the entire event was God's initiative. He didn't ask us if we want to come out of Egypt. He didn't ask us if we want to get out of slavery. We didn't ask him to take us out of Egypt. He came and said, I need you to be at Mount Sinai so that we can talk. So, what is it we can't get over? We can't stop thanking God. We can't stop praising Him. We can't get over the fact that He came looking for us. He initiated this relationship. And we should never get over it. It's not something to take lightly. So, the answer to the big question, why are we still celebrating something that happened 3,000 years ago? It didn't happen 3,000 years ago. It started 3,000 years ago, and it's still happening today. So many times when we were in bad shape through all of our history, an impossible history, God intervened on his own initiative. How do you get over that? How do you ignore something like that? So you'll notice that as we go through the text of the readings at the Seder, we keep saying, God took us out of Egypt. You came and took us out of Egypt. If God hadn't taken us out of Egypt, we would still be slaves. It's not, hey, we're so happy to be out of Egypt. It's always, He took us out of Egypt. That we should never get over. That kindness, that closeness, that gesture, initiating a relationship that continues to this very day, how could we get over that? Before I continue with my monologue, where I do all the talking, I want to invite you to a VIP session, a Zoom session, in which we get together to actually have a conversation and discuss all things Jewish, all things holy, all things healthy. So click on the link below and join us where we can have a two-way conversation. There's something very mystical about this. If human beings initiate something, that something will necessarily be finite, limited, maybe even flawed. Anything human beings do, even the best things that we do, we're human. So even if what we're doing is absolutely perfectly wonderful, it's not infinite, not going to last forever. We don't last forever. What we do doesn't last forever. But anything God initiates is going to last forever because He is timeless, infinite. Everything He does is timeless and infinite. So the fact that He initiated our relationship means that it cannot end. There is no limit. That's really what we mean by chosen. He chose. We are chosen. We are not the choosers. So if we choose to develop a religion, if we choose to serve God in the way that appeals to us, makes sense to us, it will last for a few generations and somebody's going to come up with a better idea and replace it. Only when God initiates a relationship does it stay permanently and eternally the same, because you can't get better. It can't be replaced by something better. It's divine, it's infinite. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there is a way to do that. and that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.